How can queer teens understand transgender identity? How can queer teens understand transgender identity? This is an important question that touches on the experiences of many young people today. Understanding transgender identity starts with recognizing that gender identity is how someone feels inside about their own gender. This can mean identifying as a boy, a girl, both, neither, or somewhere else on the gender spectrum. It is important to note that gender identity is different from sexual orientation, which relates to who someone is attracted to. Many people think of gender as simply male or female, but it is much broader than that. Some individuals identify as cisgender, meaning their gender identity aligns with the sex they were assigned at birth. Others identify as transgender or trans, meaning their gender identity does not match the sex assigned at birth. For instance, a trans boy is someone who was assigned female at birth but identifies as a boy. There are also identities that go beyond the traditional male-female categories. Some teens identify as non-binary, which means their gender is not strictly male or female. They might feel like both genders, neither, or their gender may shift over time, which is sometimes referred to as genderfluid. Recognizing that gender can be flexible helps queer teens understand that transgender identity is just one part of a wider spectrum of gender experiences. Another key point is gender expression. This refers to how someone shows their gender through things like clothing, hairstyle, and behavior. For trans teens, expressing their true gender might involve changing their name, using different pronouns, or altering their appearance. Some may choose medical options like hormone therapy or surgery, but these choices are personal and not necessary for someone to be valid in their gender identity. To support their understanding, queer teens can take several steps. First, they should respect and use the names and pronouns that transgender individuals choose. This simple act affirms their identity. Next, it is important to learn the difference between sex, which involves biological traits assigned at birth, and gender, which is about internal identity and social roles. These concepts do not always align. Additionally, it is vital to recognize that transgender identity is valid, regardless of whether someone has taken any legal or medical steps to transition. Everyone's experience with gender is unique, so listening and asking respectfully about how someone identifies is essential. Finally, it is common for teens to question their gender during their teenage years. It is perfectly okay to take time to explore and find what feels right. By gaining knowledge about gender identity and the diversity within queer identities, teens can create a supportive space for themselves and others. This understanding helps build acceptance and respect for all identities within the LGBTQ+ community.